Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with another collection of coloring books that I've purchased in the last 6 months. These are the ones that I said that are excellent if you want to use them in your scrapbooks, and this is why. It's the Matchstick Mouse Collection by Morgan O'Brien. There's like 14 or 15 coloring books, but this is why they're perfect. Let me open them. This is on Amazon paper, so not the best coloring paper. And there might be a few pages missing out of these because I am cutting them out and I'm using them in my scrapbook. Now, what I'm doing is cut them out. They're only single-sided, so if you want to use Copic on them, cut them out and then color them. But if you want to leave them in the sheet, put a plastic sheet in behind or a couple sheets of pattern papers or cardstock, because it will bleed through to the other side. But what I love about this illustration for scrapbooking is because this little mouse goes on all kinds of adventures and you can actually use them in your scrapbook. Like this is the rainy day coloring book. And you'll see when we do the other ones, he or she goes on all kinds of adventures. Little umbrella. I just love that it's like a little snack. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty easy to color. There's not much things. I've done watercolors on this. I've never done watercolor and then pencils over top, because like I said, I'm all new to all of this coloring stuff. So I have been learning a lot. For my patrons, what I did was I colored a page, and then that month was stitching, and then I stitched a lot of the outline, and it was so cute. So I'm like really bringing in the coloring part of it to my scrapbook too, but also it is probably the most therapeutic thing I've ever done. Like years ago, scrapbooking was that for me, and it's not that so much anymore. I think anything that becomes work, then it's not therapeutic anymore, right? So this became therapeutic. I still love scrapbooking, don't get me wrong. It's just the fact of dealing with pictures, I just could not deal with pictures and things like that. So, oh, look at that with the cup. That is so cute. I still plan on coloring a lot of these. And again, moving them into, like play pretend, a little play. That is so cute. And then using them in my scrapbooks for sure. I still love these coloring books. This is what started my obsession, was these. And then I started, I'm like, I want to get better at coloring. So then what do, right? You start looking. And when I started looking, I found all these other artists like Rita Berman, Joanna Basford, Kirby Roseanne, Hannah Carlson, like Aaron, so many others. And then, like all the different supplies, like, okay, the polychromos and the chroma flow and Albert Durr watercolor. Oh, look, see, we want to go apple picking. I can color this and put it on an apple picking page, or this, it's also apple. Or once I get home, if I make an apple anything, apple crumble, apple pie, I can color this in and use it on, a layout. I just think this little guy, and believe me, in real life, I don't like mice, right? I don't want mice in my house or anything like that, but he's super cute. Making pizza, so if you have, if you go out for pizza, if you're making your handmade pizza, you could use that as an embellishment, and then you don't have to do too much to your page, right? I haven't done, another thing I thought was like using like something to glue it to my scrapbook layout and then color it in. So I don't know if I can color over Mod Podge maybe. I don't know if I could color over Mod Podge. I'd have to kind of experiment, but it just gets the wheel turning, you know, because this will absolutely fit in a scrapbook. And then there was a couple other coloring books too that I got that I'm like, ooh, I could totally use that in my scrapbook because it was just little nuggets, like the Joanna Basford, the Small Victories, you know, because it's all little pieces or little images, so you could cut them out. Ooh, pancakes, yum. And put them in your scrapbook if you don't mind, you know, cutting them out. And I am a-okay with that. See here, I was trying to figure out what page I wanted to do, like which image. Like, see here, he's rafting. We have rafting pictures from Disney when the kids reading. We have so many books reading. When for Lexi's birthday, we went to a farm. Bath time, you know. I started that one, didn't finish it. Just sitting out in the meadow. And I don't think this was from this book. I just stuck everything in here because this one is 25 Days of Kindness coloring book. The other one was a cookbook coloring book. I forgot to mention that. So this is all about Christmas. So that's coming up soon. And the next one is the Halloween one. So I can, you know, like pictures of Lexi with her Halloween costume. Oh, I like that. Take a book, you know, you can take those little libraries. If you go and you do that, you can exchange a book, take a book, exchange a book, and or take a book, put one in, take a picture, and color that image in, and you got a page. And then you don't need as many embellishments too, right? And it's different. It's just something different. So that is kind of like why I got all of these. And of course, I want to get chickens. That's still not off the table. It was off the table for this year because we just had way too much stuff going on. So like we planted a garden and we didn't even take care of it. So there's no way we would have had time for chickens. Okay, the next one is Matchstick Mouse, a Halloween coloring book. Now I have to say, a lot of these have black in the background. I think most of them, I kind of don't like that. I wish they didn't do that. But it is what it is. I'll deal with it and color everything else. And I'm sure it'll still... I could even take some acrylic markers and try to cover that with a different color. Like if I wanted to make a sunset instead. See, this is what I prefer. You know, don't decide. Don't decide the colors for me. Let me decide the colors. I still like the coloring book. I'll just have to figure out something to cover those. All the pumpkins. We still haven't had a chance to go pumpkin or apple picking. We had another emergency happen in, not directly to our family, but our family friend. And it's bad. So it's been another week of worrying and, okay. The next one is a springtime coloring book. Now, I've kind of stopped coloring in these because I'm kind of obsessed with the new books I got. Like, I want to start the Rita Berman one. Actually, I think right after this, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go, oh, and here, my sourdough, you know. I can take, oh, I have pictures of Lexi helping me with the sourdough. Haha. There we go. I can use that. And she loves it too. She goes, bread, bread. She knows what she needs to do. So I can definitely use so many of these. Gardening. So many of these, you can tell I ripped out a page out of here. So a lot of these you won't get a full idea of everything that's in a book, but it's pretty close. And I just got all of these on Amazon. They're on Amazon paper, but I think, you know, if it's just like to put in a scrapbook and, you know, just careful, test your medium, make sure you have something in behind. I haven't colored in it since I really started blending all my pencils, you know. If you saw my Joanna Basford coloring books, like I did a couple of pages in there, and it's probably, you know, my favorite coloring pages that I've done up to now. And this one is a winter coloring book because I did so much like blending and that kind of stuff. So I'm getting a little better at coloring, and I'm still like following somebody for their combination of colors and all that stuff. But that's how you learn, right? I always say, you know, I always said for scrapbooking, you know, to start, just copy somebody else and do the pages that they did. And then eventually you'll be able to, you know, branch out on your own. And same thing with coloring. I'm just learning the techniques, learning the color combos, learning the pencils, because the Prismacolors don't act the same way as the polycolors, polychromos, or the chromaflows, or, you know, watercolors, or the neocolors, or even like the cheaper set, the Artex. I did get some Artex because I wanted to have like a cheaper version to see how they worked. And this one here is a floral coloring book. And again, I have a few pages in here. See, this one here I did with watercolors. But see, now I would go back and try to blend these. But this, you know, I put a protectant over this. And now I can put it in my scrapbook. I'm going to cut around this. And I can put it in my scrapbook. Such a cute little thing, you know. Oh, and here's another one. We took Lexi to the beach. I didn't put a protectant on this yet. Kind of messed up the sky there, but that's okay. It still looks cute. And I'll put it in a book. And this one I started and never finished. But that again, you know, next to water. So cute. So this is the floral book. Those weren't in here. I just put them in that book so that they would stay safe, you know. But I am loving all these books. And I'm glad I'm going through them because it's reminding me, yes, you're loving all the new books you bought, but these are still really cute. And like for these, just go on Pinterest and just put Matchstick and then put whatever one it is. And there's hundreds of examples. Now, they don't give you, you know, the color number, but I would just go, okay, well, it's, you know, a dark brown and a light brown. And I would kind of figure out my colors that way. But like I said, now I really am understanding the blending and the layering a whole lot more. Not 100%, but a whole lot more. So I think those would look better now. And I'm sure 6 months from now, it's going to be even better. So, okay, let's put these back in here, and we just have a few more left. 4 more. So an autumn coloring book. And these are like $9 on Amazon compared to some of the other ones, you know, with the thicker paper and all that. They're 25. So these are, to me, more like affordable, so you can cut them out and use them in different things, or you can just leave them in the book and just use coloring as a relaxing thing. I'm kind of doing a little bit of both, you know. So on my Patreon, 1 month we did colored pencils, and then the next month we did markers. There we go. So I did quite a bit. Even the month that we did stitching, like I said earlier, I still used a colored page. So that was fun. And, oh, that's cute. Okay, the next one is a summer coloring book. So a lot of the pages that you saw being ripped out was in this one and the next one. You can tell, like, already ripped out. Oh, see, a fishing one. Cute. An artist in a little boat. We went canoeing. It's not a boat like that, but it's close enough. Hiking. How many hiking pictures do I have? Another one ripped out. That's cute with the owl. At a little cabin. We have pictures at a cabin, camping, in the rain, with a fruit tree. So cute. The garden, right? I don't even think I took pictures of my garden. See, another one ripped out. At the beach, playing soccer. So cute. So many cute images. So again, the artist is Morgan O'Brien. See another one ripped out here. I think he releases a book once a year. I think it's a he, if I remember correctly. And this one is a big adventure coloring book. Okay. And I have quite a bit cut out of here. A picnic with birds. Another one cut out with some animals. Playing field hockey. Just so cute. And like I said, they're like little nuggets. Paris, they're like little nuggets. You can, you know, in a couple of hours, even probably under that, get one of these done and you're ready to go. I love any underwater, so I'm loving these. I just don't know if I can use my Neo color on those or if it's gonna totally mess it up. Just make sure when you use water too on your page, before you put a second coat or move on with pencils, make sure it's completely dry. Just for the integrity of the paper, but also it will help prevent going to the back side. So the very last one I have in this collection of book is another Christmas coloring book. I don't think it's the same one. No, that one was 25 Days of Kindness. Yeah. So that's a different one. Okay. I wouldn't put it by me to buy the same book twice. So that's what I was checking. I was pretty good to see, you know, go through and see, oh, did I order this one already? Especially this one where there was 14 different ones. I don't know if I have all of them. We can set them side by side after this and see how many I have. So there's a few with the black outline. And like I said, I'm going to try and see. Some of these acrylic markers that I purchased, they're pretty opaque. So I'm hoping I can cover the black. It might take a couple of coats, but that is definitely something that I can try out for sure. Okay, I think we're coming to the end. Oh, this one is cute. The very last one. Okay, now let's set them all out like this. Let's set them in sets of 5. One of them fell on the floor. So let's go get that. And then we'll see how many I have. I don't think I have all of them. I think some of them are like special edition, and I didn't like the look of them or whatever. They were like just different. Oh, they were like storybooks. So it had a story inside with the coloring page. So I have 11 of them, and I'm happy with that. So that's it. That is my collection of Matchstick Mouse by Morgan O'Brien. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. If you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up or a hype, leave me a comment down below. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.